Hey, this is Michelle at the top of the show. The audio's not going to be particularly great on this, because I'm trying to get this out very quickly because it's a month late, and I would like to explain why very briefly, and also apologise to Christine Burns and Lord Michael Cashman, who are on the show today. They should have been on the show a month ago, and that's on me because I got sick, so sorry this took so long. Thank you for being very patient and very, very, very fucking cool. But basically I got a bit sick because I lost a lot of hope for like a month there. Like, things looked really grim. And I think like a year and a half of being cut off from my community definitely affected me. And because I couldn't see my community, I couldn't feel hope for it, if you see what I mean. I think a lot of people listening to this will be able to empathise with that. But then something amazing happened, and I want to very briefly talk about this before the actual show starts. Well, it was two things really. There was Trans Pride London, which is going to be half of next week's show, where I talk about what I saw there, and we're going to have speeches from all sorts of amazing people who spoke on the day. And I saw thousands of trans people gathered together, even though it was very dangerous to do so. The pandemic is still on. There were two anti-mask protests, led by far-right goons, going on just down the road from where we were. We risked police violence, we risked all sorts of things, and thousands of trans people showed up anyway. And that was everything. It gave me absolute life. And then something really strange on Twitter happened. I did some tweets about the need for more trans prides, like monthly trans prides forever. And I've done call-outs and calls to action before, but then in the mentions, some people went and actually made Trans Pride Birmingham happen in the mentions of tweets that I put out. And this is not me claiming responsibility for Trans Pride Birmingham existing. Like, that wasn't me. I did some tweets, other people came in and did the work to make it something real, and you'll be hearing more about that on the show, because I got a press pass. I got myself a press pass for that. But that just got me thinking, like, there is definitely hope. There actually is, and it's going to come from us. And I think I needed to see that. So that really helped me. So this is kind of an advert for the next episode of the pod. We're going to go into this more, going to go into what Trans Pride London did. Because I think, and I don't believe in turning points, because history is not ending. It's never about one moment. It's never about that. Like, the gay liberation movement didn't start at Stonewall. It had a few years to cook, and Stonewall kind of became the focal point. But I don't know. There's a lot of hope to be built on from that event. So I encourage you, even if you don't have a Twitter account, go on at What the Trans on Twitter, find it, and look at the images that were posted if you're feeling a bit down. And know that people like you took over London. There's nothing we can't do. And that's what helped turn me round. I felt that was important to share because I know I get messages all the time from people who have lost that hope for the same reasons I did. And a lot of this episode is going to feel a little bit old, a little bit out of date even. We're going to be covering stuff that happened a month ago, but a lot of it is still very relevant. And there are fights happening, so look out in your community to join those fights and go out there and get some hope. Go out there and find your communities, because God, it did the trick. Best medicine ever. So thank you to Christine Burns and Michael Cashman for being so patient as I got my shit together, and thanks to the organisers of Trans Pride London for making an event that honestly is one of the best days of my life. And that's enough from me. On with the show.